Should men go to therapy? So, yeah, oftentimes it is considered weak and gay when a guy wants to talk about going to therapy. And the thing about that is that I am 100% in support of men going to therapy so long as the therapist is a good therapist. Because I've seen three, and thankfully the first two are just consultations. I didn't have to pay them anything. But the third one, I went to him for 6 months, paid $500 a month. I literally had the choice between keeping my apartment or going back and living with my parents and getting the help I needed. And I had to go to therapy because that's how horrible my ex was. She killed our kids. And that's the last time I ever let a woman make me cry. But if you can't tell, yeah, that's something that actually like makes me distraught thinking about because it's therapy. Most mass majority of therapists do not know how to see things through a man's eye because most mass majority of therapists they're women. They don't understand men and men's issues. Literally, the story of the first two therapists is that they're new, freshly graduated female therapists, and they didn't even hardly listen to me and my problems whenever they had me on the couch. They didn't. Like, I had been separated from that particular ex for about a year at that point. Almost a year. I'd have to say, like, 9 months, 10 months, something along those lines. And they acted as though it'd been like a whole week. Like, one of them even said, you should get back together with her. Maybe the whole issue that you have with your relationship is that, you need to open it up to more and more things and, more people. That way, you're not so frustrated with her all the time. That way she's not so frustrated with you. It's a loving, respecting, it takes a lot of work, but you can make it happen. The other one said almost the exact same thing. I literally had therapists telling me to open up my relationship. I mean, they were, you know, I'm talking about my relationship trauma. I went to a relationship therapist. They didn't pay attention. I've been separated from her for about a year at this point. Almost a year. The third guy, because I was telling this story in a Discord, I got recommended to somebody who only took people by recommendations. And it was $500 a month. You met twice a week, and one day of the week it was mandatory. It's just a one-on-one session. The other day of the week, you played video games. Like straight up, the guy he taught guys how to bond with other men by playing games like Halo. I tried to get them into MechWarrior Online, and it didn't work. So with therapy, you got a free key to Halo the Master Chief Collection, which I already had, so I didn't get the key. Halo, Counter Strike. There was another one, but I was never there during those days. I think Hunt Showdown would have been a great addition to that because you need some teamwork for that shit. But you bonded with guys by playing video games like this. And it's you and the bros, and holding each other accountable whenever you're being stupid. Just having these bro moments, and it's did a lot better for me than what happened. And talking to this therapist, told him exactly what happened, and what wound up happening was when she deleted her kids the first time. I wasn't sure if she'd done it on purpose, but I had suspicion just based on a few things. Like she said she wasn't out drinking, yet she smelled like alcohol. The house always smelled like pot, even though apartment. She said she was going to quit because she was pregnant, and then miscarriage. And then the same thing happened again, and she said it was an accident then, but a mutual of ours said that she bragged about killing our kid. And the thing was, I never really trusted her to begin with. I dated her because, she got pregnant. And I caught her in a couple lies on a few occasions. So, her saying that it was an accident, I don't even know if she's telling the truth with that. And that's going to haunt me till the day I die. That I don't know if she told the truth when she said it was an accident. And yeah, it hurts. It really freaking hurts. It's not something you fully move on with. And so, yeah, that's what my therapist taught me. So you have to find ways to, fill the void. And what you do to fill the void usually is a little bit of fulfillment. You bond with your bros, because that's a thing that a lot of guys don't have these days. They don't have male-to-male friendships that are really bros. They don't have guys that, are the guys that like, oh, you need me to help you bury a body at 2 a.m? Okay, you tell me what happened, and then we'll decide if we're going to bury the body or if we're going to call the cops and, I punch you in the face and say it was self-defense. You don't have these things anymore. We don't. And I think a lot of guys would not need therapy if they just had a group of bros that they can be around. Now, me, am I starting the group? Well, I do got the Reddit page Be Greater. But Reddit's a freaking cesspool. And I'm not so sure about a Discord server. But I do have some plans for things, to work on. But therapy, the issue there with men in therapy is finding a good therapist. Because, the guys who I see who are doing a lot of the coaching in this space, they're guys who will charge you like $300 to repeat the same line that they throw out in all their freaking videos. Women are hypergamous, and you need to just get laid and, get on your game and, just treat women like shit. And, be on your mission. What's your mission? I don't fucking care. You just hand me your money. There's a huge focus on treating women like ass with a lot of these guys. If you ask them for coaching, it's like $300 and you only get 5 minutes, and it's the same canned line that they tell everyone else. And that's why I don't trust a lot of these guys. Like, I saw that in the pickup artist community. A lot of guys would go to certain pickup artists, go through boot camps. They'd learn nothing, but it's like, oh, you're so close. Now buy my next course. Let me upsell you to the next course, the next boot camp. We'll get you there. And that's why I don't exactly trust that. I am going to say that one of the things that a lot of these dudes absolutely say that, hey, all the time is, go to the gym, work out, be on your purpose, be on your mission. A lot of you don't even have that defined yet. So you need to find a way to define that and, work on that. And so, there you go. There's a lot that men can do to, improve their lives. In therapy, if you've got a good therapist, that's the hard part. A good therapist will teach you quite a bit. It will help you. It's unfortunate that I can't recommend that therapist to anyone else because somebody decided they didn't like that therapist. It was another therapist, no less. So he got reported to some board, and I'm not exactly sure how that whole fucking thing works. But you know what? If I have to go to court, I'm going to bat in his fucking favor. $500 a month. Worth it. I was also, at that point, overcoming some other issues that I dealt with. Like, I spent 14 years in the pickup artist community, and I just fucking exploded after that relationship. Like, I literally went from a body count of, like, 45 to, like, 120 in the space of about 6 months. It was that fucking bad. And yeah. I still think about those kids every now and then. But yeah. If you're going to go to a therapist, go to one that's highly recommended by other men. And make sure that this therapist has a dick. Because women, and they're great, but they can never understand what it's like to be a man. Have a good one. Like, share, and subscribe. Also, there's a donate button down there if you're so inclined. Have a good one, guys.